Before I start this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessing be multiplied on all you brethren, preaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. And shalom as well to the few sisters that listen and subscribe to this word. It's the brother Dama Gabar here from GMS to give you another lesson and give you warning from Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And as you can see, I've done lessons on this in the past, but as you can see, the use of these robot police dogs are increasing. First it was New York, now it's Los Angeles. And as I said in previous lessons, pretty soon, these robot police dogs and eventually robot, soldiers are going to be the new face of law enforcement. You can watch a lot of these sci-fi futuristic movies, like the movies I mentioned in the past, like Elysium, had this exact very, this same type of police force in the future where, artificial intelligence and robots were judges sitting on benches. They were the police force. They were bodyguards that was protecting the entrance of these elites. And as you can see, they're slowly rolling out more and more of these robot dogs. And don't get it twisted, all right? Companies like Boston Dynamics and whatever the other, manufacturers are that produce these type of artificial intelligent robot dogs and, different robots that can perform human-like duties. They're producing these by the thousands, man. But they're just not, letting the average person be privy to what they're building behind closed doors. And we know that Esau's blessing is the sword. We know that a massive amount of his funding and his, money goes behind increasing his weaponry, whether it be robot dogs, whether it be, artificial intelligence. His main source of power is the sword. And we know in the near future, as he's bringing in this NWO, that he's going to, a lot of it is going to be enforced with the use of technology. And less by the hands of humans, because he knows that eventually police officers, military servicemen, that are they have emotions, they have feelings. They're not gonna they'll be hesitant to have to roll upon their own, send the military out here on the soils of America to do what they're doing in foreign countries. A lot of these military servicemen and women, they'll rebel. They'll be like, hell no, like, those are my fellow Americans. Those are my family. But this is why he'll use these different robots that can be programmed to slaughter, man. And don't get it twisted. Just because you got this little one robot dog they're using, man, they have, companies that are building these things by the thousands. Look at China. There's different videos you can watch on YouTube where you see China making these exact same things. And they show you this in all these different sci-fi movies. And we know that Esau, he has the term called the revelation of the method, to where he'll show the people exactly what he plans to do. And he'll pass it off as entertainment, as just as, science fiction or a movie, so that the people, would never think that they would do something like use those type of things in reality. But as we know, hey, this devil, like it tells you in Revelation 12:12, is coming down with that great wrath, because we know he has but a short time. But let me read some of this article, hop around. I got a precept and I'm going to close, you see. And this is, part of the judgment and the wrath of the Heavenly Father on the left-hand side that he's using through Esau Edom to eventually bring judgment upon 2/3 of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the biblical Hebrew Israelites, who are in that spirit of 2/3 and rebellion against the Most High. All right. He's going to use technology like this to bring a lot of judgment upon a lot of our people. You see, but we tell Jake that, they laugh it off. They think it's insane. They think the government would never do that. Things will never get that bad, but they don't know what the hell is really going on. They don't understand the depths and the just how crazy this man truly is. But anyways, it says the Los Angeles City Council has authorized the use of a robotic dog device by the local police department, despite protests from residents and some dissenting council members. New York previously unveiled similar tech and faced major public backlash. And like I told you in my previous video I did, they use these robots and they train them in urban warfare type of scenarios, man. Well, they'll have a drone, fly a robot dog like this into a particular area and drop him off, and he'll go from building to building, from floor to floor. And they can be equipped with semi-automatic rifles, man, with explosive, with warlike military attachments, night vision, you see? And you go to Boston Dynamics, look at these different companies in China that are creating these different type of robot war, technology, and they're literally shooting guns, and it's going to be equipped with artificial intelligence where it can think, where it can maneuver, where it'll be able to see behind walls. It'll be able to calculate, scenarios right there on the spot. To do what? To take out the opposition, to slaughter, man. All right, I don't want to read the part. Here we go. This is it says designed and manufactured by Boston Dynamics, the robotic dog is capable of navigating terrain and buildings autonomously. You see, these robots are being trained for military tactics, for urban warfare. To search out and to render the opposition, non-lethal, if that's the proper term I'm trying to say. It says it's capable of navigating terrain and building autonomously and can be equipped with a wide range of surveillance gear, sensors, and other payloads. Yeah, what the hell do you think those other payloads are? Rifles, sniper rifles, automatic weapons, like I said, explosives, rockets, and all type of other military use, man. It's going to be used in an urban warfare. They're going to, eventually, the whole police force is going to be equipped with equipment like this. All right. It says for police, it is generally intended for use in dangerous situations that could put officers at risk, acting as an extra set of eyes and ears for the department. Yeah. And eventually they're going to have a huge amount of these robot dogs and robot humanoids at their, at their disposal to use against the people, because we know that all hell is about to break loose in this society. When it's martial law, when the economy collapses and it's anarchy out here in the streets and the police force is going to be outmanned. It's kind of like the movie RoboCop, man. During that time, the city was in an uproar. It was chaos. People was just, free to do whatever the hell they wanted to do. And the cops were basically, outnumbered. They were outgunned. They were outmanned. And then they had to bring RoboCop in to, to bring balance to everything. He was an indestructible humanoid robot that was far superior than the actual police officers. And he would, we watch movies like Judge Dredd and these other different type of movies like this. This is where, these robots are going to ultimately be used. You see, and we know that it's going to be a lot of dangerous situations in the near future. So they're going to need a lot of these robots to use to fight against these citizens out here. Let me see. It says, however, the new addition to the LAPD faced sharp criticism from residents, with several citizens slamming the council's decision during public comments on Tuesday. One local said, I don't want to arm artificial intelligence, while another declared that the use of the robot would eventually lead to robot cops, asking, didn't you guys see the movie I, Robot or Terminator? You see? So this guy knows that eventually this is what they're going to, bring out these robots to ultimately do. And like I said, they put it in all these movies. People think it's science fiction, but this is really what these elites are ultimately planning to do. This is what they're building these robots for. It's for war against you people. Don't get it twisted. They know they tell you, oh, we're using these robots to fight against our enemies overseas and terrorists and take them in the desert and fight Islamic terrorists. Well, guess what? You people are going to be deemed terrorists and enemies of the state and enemies of the New World Order pretty soon. And they're going to roll these robots out, with no emotions, with no fear, with no conscience, but that can be programmed to slaughter, man. You see? Let me see. Get down to the point. It's talking about New York had one, San Francisco. It says city officials claim the robots will be primarily used by the LAPD SWAT team and will enhance officer safety during high-risk incidents, adding that it would fill a critical gap for the department, given the device's unique features. Yeah, that shit is going to be equipped with all kind of features that they ain't going to show you right out of the gate. But eventually, hey, that robot dog, like, it has all those payloads. They're going to show you just how funky that robot dog can get. And it's only going to get more and more sophisticated. All right. And what is this for? All for the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai on 2/3 of our people. And a lot of you average heathens that are out here in America and other places, because they ultimately know that the chaos is coming. This is Ezekiel 21:8 in the NLT. It says, then Yahweh said to me, Son of man, give the people this message from the Lord. A sword is being sharpened and polished, you see? And what is the blessing of Esau, Edom? Was the sword. And like I said, this sword is it comes in many forms, and these different robot dogs and these Boston Dynamics is just another um, funded version of that sword, and it is being sharpened and being polished, right? Because you don't sharpen the sword, without the intention of using it. You sharpen the sword because you know you're about to slice and dice. It says it is sharpened for terrible slaughter and polished to flash like lightning. Like I said, watch all these different movies, man. When these robots are implemented into the city and what they're out there doing. All right. It says, now will you laugh? Because, we do these videos and we tell Jake these things are coming and they'll laugh at you. But y'all niggas crazy. Y'all watch too many movies. That would never happen. The government would never do that. Okay. Well, hey, you people said that they would never use artificial intelligence and these robot dogs, for the police force. And now they're out there. So how much more? So it can't be far-fetched that he'll bring even more and more highly sophisticated technology out here, especially as things get more dangerous and especially as these cops are finding themselves in more and more dire situations. Where was I? It says, now will you laugh? Those far stronger than you have fallen beneath his power. Yes, the sword is now being sharpened and polished. It is being prepared for the executioner. And we know what an executioner is. That's somebody who carries out the judgment to kill another person. All right. Usually from, the government or somebody of a higher position on somebody that's like a lawbreaker or the average citizen of a country. See? It says, Son of man, cry out and wail, pound your thigh in anguish, for that sword will slaughter my people and their leaders, and everyone will die. See, this is what's going to happen. We know that the elect is going to be saved and delivered, but a lot of you phony Israelite groups out there, hey, this sword is being sharpened for you and your leaders. You see, it says, I will put them all to the test. What chance do they have, say on the sovereign Yahweh? Right. So, hey, if the Lord has your judgment to die by the hands of one of these robots in a brutal fashion, then guess what? You are not going to escape. You're not going to have any chance to be delivered from it because it's ultimately the judgment of the Lord upon you. He's just using Esau's sword in the left hand to accomplish it. You see? It says, Son of man, prophesy to them and clap your hands, then take the sword and brandish it twice, even 3 times, to symbolize the great massacre and the great massacre facing them on every side. And we do that when we go out there and prophesy and speak and go out on the highways and the byways and do these videos. We're ultimately, warning you and telling you, look, these things are coming. It's not a joke. It's not a game. All right. But then, like I said, Jake laughed it off. They're all caught up in their own business. They're thinking this will never happen. We crazy. We're fear mongers. But all right. Hey, but when these things do come to pass, you can't say that you weren't warned, man. We're telling you that a great massacre in the time of Jacob's trouble is coming upon you tribes out here in the near future. Like I said, Esau is coming down with that great wrath, knowing that he has but a short time. It says, let their hearts melt with terror, for the sword glitters at every gate. Yeah, meaning in your neighborhoods. Like I said, these robots in the video I previously did, they were being used for urban warfare, man. That means they're gonna drop these off in Compton, out in different hoods and cities where a lot of you, or where the majority of you Israelites live. And like I said, they got night vision, they got all these different payloads. They're highly sophisticated, man. And they're going to be given the order to just, slay you jakes, man. It's not going to care whether you're young or old or a little kid. Once it has that, once it's attacked, once one of y'all let off a shot at it, hey, it's just going to be in a berserker mode. And it's going to go completely ham on you jakes, man. You see? It says, it flashes like lightning and is polished for the slaughter. O sword, slash to the right, then slash to the left, wherever you will, wherever you want. See? They're going to be on berserker mode, man. It's going to be given the command to just go in and slaughter. Take no hostages. We don't want nobody arrested. These people are hostile. They're enemies. Go in and, slash to the left and slash to the right. And wherever you find them, slash. See? It says, I too will clap my hands and I will satisfy my fury. I, Yahweh, have spoken. You see? So these are ultimately more weapons, through the left hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. He put the spirit on Esau to make these different robots to perform his fury and his wrath upon you jakes, man. So I just wanted to go into that, hey, and give you another warning. And we'll see what other states implement this, these robot dogs, and just how much, better and highly sophisticated humanoid robots eventually they're going to, roll out to, to slash to the left and slash to the right in the near future, man. So you, Jake, if you don't have the protection of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah with you during these times, man, hey, you're gonna be given over into the slaughter bots, man. So with that, Lord willing, you were edified. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, put in the spirit of me to do this lesson. To the next one, Shalom.